If you've been on a French holiday recently and been impressed by the bold, handsome, and not for the Renault talisman, then we've got some good news. No, you still can't have one, but you can have a 4th generation Renault Mégane hatchback which borrows heavily from the larger car's styling. We think it's one of the most interesting and unusual faces in the mid-sized hatchback market, with curious angles and creases to rival anything the Vauxhall Astra, Ford Focus and Seat Leon can offer. 4 engines from a launch. Order now and you'll have the choice of a 110 horsepower or 130 horsepower diesel, plus petrols in the form of a 130 horsepower unit and a 205 horsepower Ortunli motor for the Megane GT. All manual gearboxes offer 6 speeds and the 7-speed dual-clutch auto carries a very small penalty in terms of CO2 and fuel economy figures. Good news for high-mileage company car drivers. Finally, there's an uprated chassis with 4-wheel steering on the GT model, a system that effectively shrinks the length of the car for tight city maneuvers. Renault Megane Touch Fist, helping this car catch your eye is a raft of impressive gadgets, all of which integrate cleverly into the car without looking bolted on. Pick a higher spec car and you get a large portrait-oriented central screen plus a digital dial setup like you get in the Renault Kadjar. There are also some top-bill contraptions like a premium-sounding Bose stereo and automatic parking system with which to impress your friends with. Safety first with lots of assistance kit, as well as a 5-star Euro NCAP rating. You can also have adaptive cruise control and active emergency braking, lane departure warning, safe distance warning and overspeed prevention with traffic sign recognition, plus reversing camera, automatic dipped and main beam headlights, hands-free parking and front, rear and side parking sensors. Can this new car help the French manufacturer make more of an impact on one of the busiest sectors of the car industry? Read our full Renault Megane hatchback review to find out. You can choose from a pair of petrol engines and a pair of diesels in the Renault Megane hatchback, and all have seen service elsewhere in various Renault and Nissan models. Petrol engines, both options here are turbocharged to allow decent performance and economy, starting with the entry-level 1.2-litre Energies 130. This produces, unsurprisingly, 130 horsepower and can be paired with a 6-speed manual or 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox. Pick the latter and there's a CO2 penalty of just 2 GkM, resulting in 122 GkM in total. The second engine, known as TS205, is a 1.6-litre Ortunli unit, packing 205 horsepower for swift progress and is available only in the Renault Megane GT. It's the only version to crack 062 miles per hour in under 10 seconds, taking just 7.1 seconds to complete the benchmark sprint. This is a decent warm hatch that feels pretty strong and excites without taking attention away from the forthcoming Renault Sport version. You can also take control of gear shifts with large, column-mounted paddles. Worth it as the transmission dithers about a bit in automatic mode. Diesel engines. Here you can choose between the 4-cylinder Duocene and the Renault Kadjar and Nissan Qashqai 1.5-litre DC 110 and 1.6-litre Energy DC 130 units offering 110 horsepower and 130 horsepower respectively. Unsurprisingly, this is the part of the range to choose if you want good fuel economy, with up to 76.4 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 96 GkM on offer. The DC 130 is the most rounded choice here, with bags of mid-range torque helping to accelerate the Megane without having to work the engine hard, and respectable running costs too. It even sounds good, not flashy and agricultural, but strong and bassy. Later in 2017 there will be a 165 horsepower diesel-electric hybrid, based on the 1.5-litre motor, plus a twin-turbocharged version of the 1.6-litre, also with 165 horsepower, for the Megane GT. Gearboxes. Most engines are available with a choice of 6-speed manual or 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearboxes, save the GT which is Ortunli. The self-shifter doesn't slip between its ratios as accurately as a Ford Focus, but it is light in action and far from baggy. We drove the automatic GT and found the gearbox to be a bit indecisive at times, although things improve when you take control with the column-mounted pedals. These are set quite high, so if you drive with a 1/4 to 3 hand position on the wheel you might find them hard to operate. Real enthusiasts will appreciate the sequential action of the central gear shifter though, which you push forward for downshifts and back for upshifts. The GT car also comes with launch control, activated by pulling the 2 shifter paddles. Hold the brake and accelerator pedals down at the same time and the engine is held at optimum revs for a speedy getaway. Find a tight bend and you can downshift several gears at once thanks to the multi-change down function, too.